Welcome back to the 31st Annual Dominion Christmas Parade on CBS 6.
Oh, yeah. Ho, 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 and welcome back.
Whoa!
We got the Peppers in the back of us right here. Welcome back to the 31st Annual Dominion Christmas Parade. Having a lot of fun right here. Oh, my goodness, it's the Owens and Minor.
VCU Peppers, we got to get out of the
That's
way.
exactly
Now,
right here. Come on.
I'm surprised these guys are here this morning because they got that huge game this afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Yeah. And we're going to watch them and say, go on. Man, these guys are great.
It's like we are down in New Orleans, Bill. How about that?
You got to love that. The Peppers always bring a lot of excitement with them and do a great job.
And that game, as you said, down there at the Siegel Center, they have been camping out for the last 3 or 4 days, hoping to get some tickets right there for the VCU game versus UVA.
Owens and Miners Volunteers right back in style here with our friends from the Peppers, and we've got a big balloon coming down.
Looks like the toy soldier right here. Is this fantastic? Some of the big cities don't have anything on us.
You know what? We have been so lucky over the last several years to not have super windy days, to have these big balloons come through. And we are so excited to have these things here in Richmond, Virginia. Right after the balloon, the toy soldier goes by. A real soldier steps forward. Well, kinda. Anyway.
That's right. The City of Richmond Sheriff, the Honorable C.T. Woody Jr. Sheriff Woody, he has spent the last 46 years in law enforcement, Bill. Now, he began his career with the Richmond Police Department in 1968.
68?
Yes, walking the beat in the South Side. From there, his experiences broadened as he went on to the K-9 unit, narcotics detective, undercover officer, and SWAT team. There he is. He is walking proud right there. Now, after retiring from the police department in 2002, he knew his calling wasn't complete, and later went on to run for sheriff in 2005 and is now completing the first year of his 3rd term. Now, as sheriff, he's led the efforts in partnership with the city to have a new justice center built, a place that will prepare the inmates, which he calls residents, to return into our community as better citizens, not better criminals. All staff and residents were completely moved to the Justice Center at the end of July, and complete demolition of the old jail has already happened. Sheriff Woody is a firm believer that if residents are approved with programs, skills, and opportunities, that many will take the decision to turn their lives around. Thank you very much, Sheriff Woody.
The sheriff is the chief coming down the line now. And that, of course, is the Richmond Police Department Chief, Ray Tarasovic. And the chief and his folks are coming up right there. There they're coming on the screen. There's the chief and some of his staff now. You know, the chief says his department received International Association of Chiefs of Police Motorola Weber CV Award for quality law enforcement in its gang reduction program. The department is recognized, apparently they sing pretty good too, as the nation's model for social media in law enforcement.
Well, Bill, I'll tell you, the Chiefs got some backup right here. Armstrong High School Military, JROTC. Armstrong was the first public school in Richmond. The school's namesake is the former Union General Samuel Chapman Armstrong, a white commander of the U.S. Colored Troops and founder of Hampton University. There were 15 seniors enrolled last year. 100% plan to enroll in college and consider military a career. Look at how great they look. Armstrong has won the highest JROTC Gold Star Award for the past 19 years, and Armstrong has won over 250 trophies over the last 19 years.
Look
oh,
out.
my goodness.
Parney. It's a Parney.
All right.
And
I'll
Greg's
tell
going out and talk to Parney as
Right
Santa
here.
Nutsy is here
You
with
know,
us today.
it's always...
Nutsy the Flying Squirrel makes over 500 community appearances each year. Greg's going to go out there and try to get up.
I'll tell you, it's always a party with Parney.
You got it. It's a great day. We love the Christmas parade. Great to have everybody out. Weather's good. Murph's got his reindeer. It's always got his special magnets. We're having a great time.
Hey, what does this parade mean to you and all the squirrels, man?
It's community, and that's what we are. We're community. We're not just a baseball team, and this is the epitome of what community is.
I'll tell you, buddy, it's going to be tough to get off this float. Party, happy holidays, Merry Christmas to you. Love you, buddy. All right, I'm going to jump off.
All right, thank you very much, Parney. Thank you, Greg. Coming up next, we have our friends from James River Transportation and the Mr. and Mrs. Claus balloon, and we want to thank them and all the penguins that are helping them as they do the penguin dance around the Mr. and Mrs. Claus balloon. Oh, there's a little kiss right in front of the Science Museum of Virginia. You know, these folks, these volunteers, work very hard. They get here very early in the morning. So if they want to have some fun out there on the parade route, please encourage them as they come by you. And as you're watching at home, these guys are having a great time out here, staying nice and warm, getting a lot of activity going. We want to thank the folks from Dominion for sponsoring the Mr. and Mrs. Claus balloons.
And James River has 5 locations in Virginia: Richmond Airport, Williamsburg, Norfolk Airport. And James River keeps 470 cars off the highways, Bill, every day, saving energy, pollution, and road maintenance. James River Transportation was chosen to transport the Redskins during their training camp. Quite an honor for that, Bill.
Wow, that is fantastic. And of course, James River has been a part of Richmond for a while. And speaking of part of Richmond, the very first public military school in the nation. We're talking about Franklin Military Academy Marching Color Guard, the first public military school in the nation, added the middle school element in 2009, making Franklin the first public military school in the nation with the grades 6 through 12 awarded honor unit with distinction gold star for the past 10 years. A little hoorah going out there. Watch them march by, folks. Franklin Military Academy opened its doors in the Franklin Elementary School building in 1980 with a faculty of 10 dedicated instructors and 135 motivated cadets. Cadets wear the military uniform daily. They are required to present themselves in a military manner at all times.
They look so good, don't they?
Sharp.
Well, I'll tell you, we'll salute them, and we will salute these next groups of folks. Virginia War Memorial Foundation truck and vintage World War II vehicle coming down right in front of the Virginia Science Museum. About the Virginia War Memorial vehicles in the parade. Listen to this. The lead vehicle in today's parade is the Virginia War Memorial's 1942 Packard Clipper. Yes, 1942 Packard Clipper jet. Was that your first car?
Yeah, it was actually. That is my first car.
This is a replica of the actual automobiles used to transport America's top military commanders, including Eisenhower, MacArthur, Patton, and others during World War II. And riding in the staff car, Commissioner of the Virginia Department of Veteran Services, John Newby, and World War II veterans Stuart Seaton and Russell Scott. Now, driving the staff car, John Hatfield, the Virginia War Memorial's executive director and good friend of CBS 6. Following the Packard staff car, an authentic M35 military cargo truck owned and driven by Richard Crane of Hanover County. Boy, oh boy, it's taking me back to my little Green Army guy days, Bill. Riding in the back are military veterans representing service from the Korean War, Vietnam, and Persian Gulf to today's global war on terrorism. Now, the Virginia War Memorial is the Commonwealth's tribute to the nearly 12,000 Virginia heroes who died in battle in World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and the Persian Gulf in the ongoing global war on terrorism. The memorial, which opened in 1956, is located right there at South Belvedere, just north of the Robert E. Lee Bridge in downtown Richmond. It's open 7 days a week for all visitors. It is a place you need to see. The mission of the Virginia War Memorial is to honor veterans, preserve history, educate youth, and instill patriotism in all. And a nice big salute to them, Bill.
If been down there lately, you've got to go back again and see all the improvements they've made.
It is superb, Bill. What do we have next, buddy?
Coalition to Salute America's Heroes. Leading provider of emergency financial aid, combat wounded, disabled veterans, and their families. This group started by a small group of wounded veterans being treated at the Brooks Army Medical Center in San Antonio. We've got a marching unit coming through now. Let's listen. This is the Virginia Military Institute Band, one of the best in the land. Guys, this band has represented Virginia in over 10 presidential inaugural parades.
Absolutely. Well, the Newmarket Corporation, the heart of the city, employs approximately 1,800 people. And Newmarket's second year as sponsor in the Dominion Christmas Parade. Newmarket is proud to sponsor the VMI's return to the parade and wishes everyone a Merry Christmas. Boy, oh boy, is that spine-tingling or what?
I
VMI.
love a military band. These guys are looking so good and sounding great. You know, they go from playing inaugurations to playing the Richmond Christmas Parade.
Now, the band plays regularly at VMI, on-post parades, and what do we have now, Bill?
Look at this big guy coming down the street right now.
That's old St.
Crown
Nick.
Plaza Richmond downtown Santa ornament balloon. 298 beautiful appointed guest rooms down there, and a big old Santa. They boast over 13,000 square feet of multifunctional meeting space. If you want to go visit them, the Crown Plaza Richmond downtown. I'm not sure the Santa balloon will be down there later today, but they may have a room big enough for him.
I'll tell you, Bill, this is such a great event, and not even a few raindrops are keeping all these people away. And look at who we have. We've got some fantastic familiar faces right here. The CBS 6 trolley, sponsored by Wind Transportation. Got some of my colleagues over here. Reba Hollingsworth. Oh my goodness, what's up, Mike Goldberg? Bill Fitzgerald right here. Kristen Moore, how are you? Zach Daniel, Megan. Oh, I will take a candy cane from Julie Bragg. I'll tell you, Julie, you've been part of this. You've been part of this parade for so many years. What does this mean to you? I mean, because you are a native Richmonder.
It's so much fun. It's so much fun to walk the parade and say hello to our viewers and see people that I grew up with, and now bring my son along, and it's become a tradition for us.
Wow, how about that? And I'll tell you, there are so many smiles along the road, and to interact with so many people, it's got to be very special to make these memories.
It's very special, and it's wonderful to even know that this many people come out on a day like this, you know? Like, you can't squash the Christmas spirit.
Not at all. How about that?
Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
All right, let's get out of the way before the trolley runs us down. Here's Lorenzo Hall. Lorenzo, great to see you, buddy. How you doing, man?
Doing well.
Oh, what are you eating?
Candy cane. I'm trying to like scarf it down before you came over here.
Hey, enjoy the parade, buddy. All right, Merry Christmas. Love you.
Greg, that's a great, that is so much fun because CBS 6, folks, where you work, you have a lot of friends at work, and you get to meet their families and their children at an event like this, and we're so excited to be able to see our family from CBS 6 out at the parade. And there's a trolley that everybody's supposed to be riding on, but they couldn't stay in the trolley. They had to get out and kind of walk along with everybody else. This is so much fun to have the family here. Next up is coming the Florets Majorette Corps. The Florets Majorettes have participated in the Dominion Christmas Parade every year, as well as lots of other parades around Virginia. The director is Flo Malik, who has always had a love for baton twirling, along with her daughter Lisa and granddaughter Marlena. They teach baton twirling in various locations around the Richmond area. And oh, there's Kristen. She got lost. There's the Florets again. Other instructors include Jean Campbell, Jennifer Poma, and Julie Schlusher. And these girls and guys love to get out at a parade. They practice for this, they work hard for this, and then they get out here and do their routine. Let's watch for a second.
Bill, so many smiles, such precision with this group right here. It's got to be such a joy, Bill, to be participating in this grand event here in Richmond.
I tell you, those of us who grew up in marching bands, and you girls who grew up as baton twirlers, you know how exciting this is for these kids to be out here. Our featured twirlers for today's parade are Marlena Carrillo, Caroline Domo, Jessie Stallard, and Malaya Antonozio, and they all did a fantastic job right here in front of the Science Museum. This is the very beginning of the parade. If you're watching at home, there's plenty of time down at the other end of Broad Street to get down there and see pretty much everything we've seen pass us already this morning.
Bill, really, the city of Richmond is the stage today. How about that?
It is a great stage, and like I said a moment ago, Greg, I grew up playing in bands and marching bands in high school and marched in this parade and other parades, and it is something that everybody looks forward to. A lot of work goes into this, and now we're seeing even the smaller baton twirlers. They are so cute. This is so much fun.
A lot of smiles, those baton twirling. And coming up right here, Bill, you may have seen this truck right here back in the 20s.
I saw it in the 20s. Not really.
No. but this is, coming up right here, the U-Crops antique truck.
Yeah.
Now, let's just run down what this truck is. This is a 1926 Model TT freight truck that, get this, Mr. Joseph U-Crop bought from his neighbor in 1939, Bill. It was used on the farm in peach orchards and apple orchards. Hey, there's Bobby right there. And this was used until 1958. Mr. Ukrop, he sold the truck in 1958 and rebought it just a couple of years later in 1961. He had it rebuilt, and it's now used for promotions and community events like the Dominion Christmas Parade right here on Broad Street.
Greg,
How about that?
I was watching him before the parade started, getting this thing started up. There's no cruise control on that truck. There's some work going on just driving that thing.
I hope they have some brakes.
Next up, we have the Henrico Christmas Mother on the way. Some steel drums first, though. These guys sound really good. Here comes the Christmas Mother down the street. As I would love to follow the steel drum band in a parade. This is the Homestyle Food sponsored by Ukrops. Ukrops Homestyle Foods encourages families to share great foods, nourishing them through time spent together. I'm a big fan of those prepared foods from Ukrops. Trust me, I would starve to death if it wasn't for them.
I was going to say, have you had a few?
A few. Now here comes the mother, the Henrico Christmas Mother, Becky Goshorn.
That's right. It's an all-volunteer neighbors helping neighbors in Henrico County. Assisted 1,423 Henrico families in 2013 alone, Bill. How about that? 3,400 toys and bikes were distributed to more than 1,700 Henrico children last year. And in 2013, each of them received at least 2 new books. Fantastic. And 500 gift bags were distributed to Henrico senior and disabled adults. They do a wonderful job with that Christmas Mother.
Now we got a little gap here in the actual parade, and we're waiting for the next big unit. So we're looking at some of those smiling faces out there. Actually, I'm going to run out here, Greg, and I'm going to meet somebody. Because I want to meet some folks, and I want y'all to meet somebody that we met earlier in the day today who have been at every single Christmas parade. And let's see if I can find them. Here they are.
Right down here.
Come on down with the camera, and I'm going to introduce you to some people who have been at every single parade. Tell us your name, sir.
I'm Dennis Fritz.
And this is?
Cindy Fritz.
Cindy and Dennis came here at the very first parade. They've been at every parade. You came with your children, correct?
Right.
And who do you have with you today?
Just Dennis and I. My son had to work today.
But you have grandchildren that come.
They couldn't make it today.
So you're doing it for them.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis, for 31 years you guys have been coming. What does this parade mean to you in here?
Oh, it's great. It's a great tradition. It's good that the community still has this kind of thing. We love it.
We love you being here.
Cindy, you told us you actually sat on a block of ice one time. What did that mean?
That we come to the parade every year, and there was a place there, and so we put a blanket over it and kind of insulated it, and we sat on a block of ice.
Well, that's some dedication, but I bet you get just as much out of it as sitting on a block of ice is worth it.
Absolutely. It was wonderful.
Now, what part of town do y'all live in?
Mechanicsville.
Mechanicsville, and we appreciate you coming to the Richmond Parade.
Well, our pleasure. I wouldn't miss it, even with the bum knee. I'm still here. Absolutely.
Good girl. Thank y'all very much, and we'll see you next year. All right. Yeah. All right. When we have so many people like we do here today that this is a part of their Christmas, it really does mean a lot to them. We see people with their children, with their grandchildren, their dogs, and they all come and they all be part of this great Richmond tradition, and it does make a difference. We've got just a little smitter of rain going on out here. It doesn't dampen anybody's spirits. This is so much fun for not only for the people along the parade route, but for the people in it and for people like Cindy and Rick who have done this every year for 31 years. I didn't even ask them if they were in the parades before this one started back in the 80s, but I bet they have been.
Hey, Bill, we've got a couple more people I'd love to talk to right now here. This is Denia and son Israel. Denia, you've got front and center tickets right here for the parade. For him, he looks just amazed to be here. But how long have you been coming here tonight?
We've been coming here since I was a kid, before I even had him. So it's always been a tradition, and I was just happy to bring him this first year. This was his first year, and I was so thrilled and so excited. So here we are.
And making so many traditions. How about that?
Yes, and hopefully they'll continue.
And we're going to be back and see you next year. How about that? Bye, Israel. Have a great one. Merry Christmas. All right now we're going down to the Chick-fil-A float right here.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, get this.
Cow's here today.
The cow's here. Eat more chicken, right? Okay,
That's right.
Listen to this. If you capture a picture of the Chick-fil-A float on any of your mobile devices, you can redeem it for a free sandwich at any location in
a
the
minute, where's
Richmond.
my-
Yeah, you got your phone right. You have right there. Fire it up, because you could receive a free sandwich at any of the locations in the Richmond and Tri-Cities area on Monday, December 8th. Right there.
Can't find my phone.
Well, I'll snap a picture. I'll send it to you. How about that?
Wait a minute, I got it. Got it.
There he goes. He's going out to take a picture, and I believe he's going to get a free sandwich. Again, if you
All right,
take a picture of the Chick-fil-A
All right,
float on
Chick-fil-A
any
Cal,
mobile
I got your
device.
picture. Hold on. I get a free sandwich if I get your picture.
Eat.
Hey, there we go. Thank y'all.
Eat more
Move.
chicken right there and listen to Bill Bevins. Hey, listen, we will be right back with much more ahead on the 31st Annual Dominion Christmas Parade live on CBS 6. We'll be right back.